Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a bonus full moon for the month of December, specifically the 4th of December, tarot oracle reading. And Pisces, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not in Pisces, we still all have a little bit of Pisces in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Pisces in? That is where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. I've already washed and shuffled the cards, just give this one more cut. And we'll begin the reading from the card from the bottom of the deck for the underlying energy. There we have it. We have the Queen of Swords. It's not surprising that the Queen of Swords came out at this time because the energy of Mercury in retrograde is is going direct now. So we have a lot more clarity in the information that we're receiving. And the swords represent mental intelligence and information coming in from our thoughts. And you notice the Queen's head is above the clouds. She has clarity. So now she's ready to take action. Off with your heads. She's got her left hand extended though. And she's saying, I'm willing to receive, but you better come in proper. If you don't come in proper, don't bother to come near me. I'm not going to entertain any energy that is not clear and in alignment with the purpose. Get to the point. And then we have the King of Pentacles coming in. And the King of Pentacles was a highlight of the last reading I just did for the Aquarius energy. And Pisces, of course, that zodiac sign follows Aquarius. It's the 12th sign in the zodiac. And then we move back into Aries again. So the King of Pentacles is someone that's highly respected for their business acumen, for their ability to bring projects into, like, dreams that people have of projects and different businesses, etc., to bring those down to earth and make them work, to be able to take the consistent steps of action that required to be able to make dreams come true, basically. And they're admired for their ability to do so. We have, for the first card, so now this energy is going to define the inner boundaries, which are the inner dynamics within you that are that you have control over, so that you can get the best out of this energy that we're in right now. And this is, you can tell if it's coming from yourself. If you're laying in bed at night and you're a worrier and you're laying there and you're thinking, what if this happens? What if that happens? Should I do it? Shouldn't I? What if, what if, what if? That's coming from inside of you. And you have control over that. You have to gain control over that so that you can have the clarity whether or not this project, this relationship, this partnership, this endeavor, this action that you're going to take is worth your while, whether it's going to be productive for you or not. Is it in alignment with your goals? And so we have the Three of Wands to start off this part. And the Three of Wands is someone who is successful. They're usually someone who's early in their success. They've planted two wands here, which represent their ability to bring action down into the earth. They've got their hand on their right hand, and right hand is action. That's masculine energy. On on a third wand here, and they're surveying the horizon, and they're thinking, I want to do something over there. This is the energy of taking action. And quite often, this can represent, this is my entrepreneur's card. This is kind of like, okay, I have a solid foundation here with what I've created. Now I want to move and take it to another place. This can be someone who's thinking about franchising their business, or wanting to move to a new country and start a new business there. It could be a whole new venture using what they've already learned here, and keep moving forward, keep expanding their horizons. The element of the wands is fire. It's about their trees. Trees have deep roots, and they have offshoots. And also, wood feeds fire. So that's the energy that we're in here. And then we have Three of Cups. So this is a card of celebration. For myself, every time this card comes out, my radar goes up because I want to know, what are they celebrating here? Who are these people? Because none of them are looking at each other. They're more celebrating an action rather than each other. Do you see that? They're not even looking at each other. So cups can quite typically indicate romance, but it also can indicate partnerships. And it's kind of, the energy is, they're looking at the cup, the action, rather than each other. And in European countries, in a lot of cultures, when you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, it causes 7 years of bad luck in romance, which none of us want. So this energy then is, okay, they are happy that this person is taking this action. Ooh. Why does this card have to keep coming up? This was just in the last reading. So I'm getting this as a continuation of the story of Aquarius and Pisces energy. And it's coming up over and over again in these astrological readings. It's kind of the reason why it was coming up in my daily readings also. And I feel like it's because we're moving from one year to another. So 2025, those 2025 adds up to 9. 9 represents the end of a cycle. 2026 adds up to 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. 10 is the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. It keeps coming up. Go back to November, to the new moon on November 20-ish. Whatever was happening then in your life, that is like was the beginning of this energy moving in. And the full moon on December 4th is going to shine light on that so that you have more ability to understand what's going on and the steps to take. This energy could be a blessing in disguise. This cycle has ended. It hasn't been much fun for this person. These people have been enjoying it though. And he's moving on, so or considering moving on. So they're like celebrating that. But they're about to find out that if they'll do it with you, they'll do it to you. This represents sometimes the slow dagger. This is the energy of where several people gang up on an individual, on a business, etc. And the person or the business isn't aware that this is even happening. They don't even necessarily know these people. And what happens is they take steps of action to bring this person down. But this person's looking off into the future, and this is a blessing in disguise. It came up in the last reading also. So this is energy of moving from also the Piscean energy we were in forever. And that's like the old boys club energy, like the fish way down deep, like that have been around for a real long time, running the energy, running businesses, running politics, running governments, that kind of energy. Some really powerful people at the top of their game. And now the energy is changing. We're moving into and have moved into the age of Aquarius. We did that back in 2020. And so that energy is coming up over and over again because it's like a fish out of water. The Aquarius energy is all about, like in the old days, people used to stay in a career, stay in a business for their whole life, and that would be their whole career. But these days, people rarely do that anymore. And that's because the energy of Aquarius is very much observe, experiment, redo. Like shampoo, and then you want to add some conditioner maybe, and then rinse, repeat. Shampoo, rinse, repeat, that kind of energy. And so Aquarius energy moves much more quickly. You may have noticed that with the AI coming out now. There was a lot of talk about AI, but you may have noticed in 2025, we're actually seeing the AI really coming into place. Like a lot of people are using AI now. And so this is about learning how to do this responsibly And this energy is saying the end of the old boys cycle club is over. And now the new Aquarian energy, the younger generations, are using their innovation to be able to do things in a different way. Whether or not this is better or not, we'll see. We don't know yet. We're just in the baby stages of it. And we have the Queen of Pentacles energy coming in. And so the Queen of Pentacles is with the King of Pentacles, and they both came up in the last few readings. But one thing I've noticed is they're not ever together. They're usually quite at a distance from each other. So I don't know exactly what that means, but this could be a couple, the King and Queen together. If they are a couple, they're a couple who have a high standing in society. They're both focused on the dollar, and that's the thing about the Queen and King of Pentacles. When they come together as a couple, their first love is money, and then everything comes after that. And if that's something that they both are in agreement with, then it works out okay for them. But this is the energy of that, finding this out, that and it's like this is the underlying energy of controlling the inner dynamics within yourself, so that you have strong boundaries from the external forces that are coming in from all this change. And some of it is really awesome change, and some of it is like in between change, and some of it is like, what the heck is that? You know, what the EF is that? That kind of energy. Yeah, and it's leaving some people out in the cold. And this has been coming up a lot in my readings also. That's why I decided to do this full moon reading, because it keeps repeating until it's driving it home. And this is that if you feel like you're being left out in the cold, you need to have really strong inner boundaries right now, so that your inner dynamics can handle the external forces coming in. This is a lot of energy. This is a lot of information. The information itself is neutral, but the effect that it has on you, it's like a 50-50 here. Okay, so these people have been left out in the cold. There's some tactics that have been happening. So this could represent the King and the Queen as a couple, or this could be a couple that has done this to you, and this is representing the energy of being feeling left out in the cold. And this is a bunch of snowflakes falling. And I'm from Canada, and I can tell you, when we just had the first snowfall here a few days ago, and it's so pretty, and the snowflakes are so nice. But the energy is, when they start piling up, then you have to bring out the trucks. It costs money too. There's accidents on the road because now it's icy. People were traveling, for the holiday season in the United States. If the snow hits then it makes travel by plane, everything gets more challenging. And so that's the energy of these tactics. And this energy is also representing the fact that eventually the snow melts, and whatever has happened here will come to light, because what happens in the dark always comes to light. And the thing here is saying, in Canada here, this is a common thing, where all winter people who have dogs, and they're too lazy to go pick up after their dogs every day, and you can't see it because another snowfall covers it. But in the spring, when the sun comes out and melts all the snow, it smells really bad, and it's exposed to anyone that's anywhere in the vicinity. Like you'll know you will know what I'm saying if you've ever, had the experience of living in Canada after a long, cold winter. In Saskatchewan, the winters last months and months, and so that, just imagine that all of a sudden, and the sun is melted the snow, and it's like just whoa. It's not the smell of spring that you want to smell. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the energy. And that's what I'm saying. When people find out if people are willing to do this shift with you, they're also willing to do it to you, when the shift hits the fan in particular. And so we have this energy coming in right now is of Lovers. So I don't know if something happened between the King and the Queen of Pentacles here, or if the King and Queen of Pentacles are still a couple. This could represent you or the people around you that have both these qualities of the King and the Queen of Pentacles within. So the Queen of Pentacles is known how she's quality over quantity. And she knows how to get the value out of health, wealth, and happiness. Basically, Pentacles just are not just about money. They're about having a really good lifestyle and that, you know, that abundance in all forms. And the King of Pentacles, I already told you, he's highly respected, whatever. But if these two have colluded and they're lovers and they're not, you know, there's so many scenarios that are coming up here. They may not be a couple. The Queen of Pentacles may have just found out that the King of Pentacles has been with the Queen of Swords as well as her. That's threesome. That energy, this card quite often, and we have 3 here, leaving 2 behind, taking yourself away from this situation. I'm getting there's some energy there because the Lover's card has come up. And notice, these 2 lovers, there's clouds in between them, and the energy is just okay. So it's just coming to me in a funny way, but the clouds here represent they don't really know each other that as well as they think they do, and there's some hidden aspects here that they can't see because there's clouds in between them. But the Queen of Swords is above, her head is above the clouds now. And the sun has come out and it's melted the snow, and this is a pile of shift. It is. It's like not the best energy, but it's kind of funny because it's kind of just the way that it's presenting itself. So quite often, if I'm laughing, it's because the truth, the way it's coming to me, is really funny, but I can't really say it all here on a YouTube channel. So here we have the identity is this energy here. So I feel like Pisces, this is you. This is your reading. This is you standing here on the threshold of change. And there's something that has happened. I feel like it's involved a threesome. It could be in business. It could be in love. When this card comes up quite often, it is regarding romance. And it feels like there was some energy behind the scenes that are congratulating themselves for causing a problem in your relationship with your queen. And the queen has found out now, and it's not good. And this, because this energy talks about your value, like how you, like how much do you value yourself? And we all make mistakes, but I feel like this energy has been kind of a collaboration between possibly up to 10 people or even 10 groups of people to put you in this position, this Piscean energy. And I just want to make it clear that when I'm doing a collective reading like this, when I'm talking about Pisces, I'm not necessarily talking about individual people. You may know a Pisces, that my dad was a Pisces, so I understand the energy in that way. But what I'm talking about is like the stage of life that this energy is at, so that we can all learn from it. What stage of life, and this is a senior executive, this is someone that has been very, very successful. And that's the energy, an authority figure that's been very, very successful and possibly got caught up in some shift that now they regret and they want to move on from it. Or it could be like an entrepreneur that's been really super successful and now they're moving and they want to start another franchise in another location to expand their horizons. This energy could also be like, this is how you see yourself. This could be about, okay, there was a threesome in my love life, in my marriage or whatever, and now I want to move on from that. Let them have what that is between them, and I'm moving on. And so this is about the value you have for yourself, and you have high value for yourself. You know, once people know success, then they are able to have success more easily. And this card is kind of the energy of sink or swim. That's the Piscean energy. It goes very deep. Pisces are extremely emotionally intelligent people. And quite often they can get caught up in their emotions and let their emotions sway them to making decisions. This is communication in your early life. So sometimes we learn to communicate through our actions instead of our words. The swords are saying that words also have a lot of power. And when you're a young child, the words that people use and that they told you, like, because if you think about your subconscious mind, that's from the time that you were born till about 7. you don't really remember that. Most people don't. Some people may, but most people do not remember what happened to them when they were a baby up to until they start kindergarten age. They start to, have memories of that. But the energy is that the people around you that were in charge of your care, those are the ones that are telling you who you are, what you were like, what you'd like, what you didn't like, and they shaped your mind. And that subconscious mind stays with you for the rest of your life. And that's the energy I'm feeling here. We have the Queen of Pentacles talking about your emotional foundation here, and that you need to, like the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles she's really highly admired for her ability to take something that seems like it's nothing, and she just look at the beautiful flowers, in the laurel above her. She can take nothing and make it into something, and then make it grow into something really beautiful. We have this this is about creativity, romance, and children, that kind of energy. And look at this energy. The King of Pentacles is very affluent, and the two of them together were very affluent. But now, half of, it's being halved. This could represent a divorce because the Queen found out about something. And I want you to recognize these are archetypes. So this could be a female in their masculine energy, and this could be, it could be a female in their masculine energy. This could be a male in their feminine energy, and this could be, I don't know. I didn't say that right. I'm kind of getting a lot of messages at once here. So this could be, and actually, this is a female presented here on the card, but this could be a male in their feminine energy, and this could be a female in their masculine energy. And that's how all of the cards here are. They're archetypes for not necessarily gender specific. And then we have, this is talking about the choices that have been made on a daily basis, basically. So these internal dynamics, this is what you have control over, and this is what you need to really strengthen your boundaries about this so that you can move forward, and get what you want here, and in a strong way. Yes, and then we have the Ace of Wands coming in, and this is the exact card that came in for the Aquarius energy for the same full moon reading. So this is about, yes, if you adopt this new way of being inside yourself, of not having to beat yourself up and be right all the time. Just because you are at the top of your game doesn't mean you don't have a lot to learn. And so this is a gift from the universe. And I feel like this is saying again, and this keeps coming up, this card, that the AI and all of these changes that are coming are meant as a gift to humanity to better us. And so it's going to require behaving responsibility and taking actions, responsibility to put this AI to good use to benefit the entire universe. That's the intention of why it's here. And yes, then we have the Nine of Pentacles. And so the Nine of Pentacles is one step away from the 10 of Pentacles. And this energy, she looks similar to she's dressed very similarly to the Empress. So this is there's been a lot learned here, and all of those qualities are starting to really empower. And this, if you've heard of Nikola Tesla talks about the power of the 369 and having the key to the universe. And that's what this is saying. This is talking about, there's 3 coins here that this individual is willing to share with others. The information, their energy, their coin. They're willing to empower the rest of the people around them, their family, their community, and ultimately the universe. And then they've got 6 in hand for themselves. They know that they have to keep this ratio to be able to be successful, because they have to feed themselves first to be able to continue to feed others. And I'm just noticing the 3 of Pentacles here with the 3 of Cups again, that energy, and how if you give too much to the threesome, too much energy to that, it can cut your assets in half, basically. There we go. And then we have fulfillment coming in. Yeah, once you understand this, and this is like going back to this Lover's card, is understanding like when you are whole within yourself, when you understand yourself and you have like, you're strong in your masculine and your feminine energy, then you're able to pull that down to earth. And if you are going to attract a partner, it's going to be someone that is at least equal to your energy. If you're going to hire someone to be able to do work for you, that they are at the top of their game also, that they're going to do work that's in an alignment with what you want, and that the fulfillment is not just, this is typically a marriage card that's indicating marriage, and it looks very similar to the Queen here. And so the Queen may have had a lot of money with the King and a really affluent lifestyle, but the Queen is missing this energy of marriage and like fulfillment. And marriage not in the sense of, oh, it could be in the sense of actually signing on the dotted line and being married to someone in a contract, but it's also talking about going through the portal of like marrying yourself to, like being married to yourself, like your masculine and feminine energy is equal, so that you're able to make really strong decisions to get fulfillment. And that's like a portal. It's like a 111-11-11 portal. This portal is an energy of like, watch your thoughts and make sure that you're like, that you are in alignment with your thoughts, to the people around you are also in alignment with your thoughts. And then that's how you achieve fulfillment. But notice that these wands are really tall in context to the people, right? And so this is saying you've entered into this portal of total fulfillment. This is basically like you have the down payment for the castle, but you still have to be able to make the mortgage payments. And then we have this energy here, the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is coming in now. The King of Wands is very passionate, visionary, looking forward into the future. And so it feels like this energy from here is representing this energy here, and this energy here is a passion for new discovery. That's the gift of, oh, okay, I get it. Now I know what's happening. I know what's going on. I want some love in my life. I want some passion in my life. I don't want to focus just on the coin, bringing material wealth down to earth. I love that, but I also want to have other things that I love. Travel, you know, that kind of energy. Because this is all, the King of Wands is visionary. It's someone that can see a different vision. It's very much Aquarius energy. It's about passion. And the King of Wands is someone that, he's the most charismatic of all of the kings. He's the kind of guy you wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers. So he's highly sought after, not just because of his knowledge and because of his ability to bring visionary aspects into the physical world, but also because he's enjoyable to be with, and he enjoys taking action, he enjoys travel, he enjoys meeting new people, like that kind of energy. So, and recognize again, the king and queen can be male or female in that energy. And this also could be one person. This could be the Queen of Wands or Queen of Pentacles, having gotten this information and clarity, is now becoming more like the King of Wands and wanting to have fulfillment in all ways. And doing that by nurturing herself instead of giving too much to external forces, continuing to do that, but recognizing that she wasn't in the correct ratio. Perhaps she was giving 6 pentacles and only keeping 3, that kind of energy. And this caused a nightmare. Yeah, a never-ending nightmare. Because these 2 cards are coming up all the time also. And this is saying, like, we're moving into this new way of being. If you get stuck in the old way of being and you don't start learning from the past, that's history, right? We want to learn from history. That's why a lot of people, I feel right now, are trying to rewrite history. Because then They can just repeat it. They don't have to learn from it, right? And so this is talking about that this can be somebody that wakes up from, in the middle of the night, or they can't sleep. They just had a nightmare, or they just haven't been able to sleep. And they're like, I'm so tired and I need some sleep, but I can't sleep. And you'll quite often hear, and I really noticed this with my own mom. She was way past the stage where she had to get up at a certain time or whatever. She had the freedom to run her own schedule. But she would agonize over the fact that she couldn't sleep at night. And I'd say, well, sleep during the day. Who cares, right? Like, you're a night person, just accept it and work at night and sleep through the day. But she loved the sun too much. So she wanted both, right? And so you can have both. But it's talking about having this balance within yourself. And I feel like this card can also represent enlightenment from the Holy Spirit. And a lot of times the enlightenment we get from above, like from the universe, from God, is from the Holy Spirit, is the steps of action to take. That those steps of action, they come in the form of a dream or whatever. And this person may be just trying to remember the dream. Like, what were the actions I was supposed to take? That kind of energy. Yes, and the Fool is off on their new journey. So that's just, the Fool is the very first card. It's the 0 card, the 0 point of the energy that we're in right now. Like, we're about to leave 2025. We're about to go into 2026. In 2020, we had a lot happen, and it changed a lot of people in ways. And now I feel like at this time, we're starting to move in more calmly into the age of Aquarius. We're getting used to this big shift. Imagine like a fish being pulled out of water and all of a sudden being expected to survive on air alone, right? That's the kind of energy we're in. So the Fool it's the crossing point. They're at a crossroads. It's okay, we're starting a new journey, but this is a reset button, which is important to understand. It's like there's a reset button, and then you can, like, if you shut down your entire computer and there's a lot of information on it, it could take a long time for the information to come back up. But you can also just, reset in your mind and have that energy of, okay, I am going to move forward in this way. I'm going to experiment with it. I'm going to use AI a little bit here. AI is really, really good for strong foundations, like for outlines of energy, how other people have done it. It can save you a lot of time, but you're not going to rely on a computer-generated information to be the end, everything, right? You don't want this to be like, oh, I'm going to totally rely on this. No, you want to rely on yourself and your own thoughts. And so this energy brings in a whole new world. And that's what we're in. We're in a whole new world. And I feel like in 2026, coming up very shortly here, we are going to be in an energy of like things are going to change even more. But I'm getting, it's kind of like what changed in 2020 is changing. It's an evolution. And as more people become accepting this Aquarian energy and moving into like, okay, this is the way, this is the new old boys club. And this is about letting new ideas in, new ways, new traditions, that kind of energy. It's going to create a whole new world. How that turns out is going to depend on how each of us handles it within ourselves, and then how do we present that to the outside world? Are we going to use that energy wisely? Are we going to benefit, the world with it? Or are we going to squander it? And it's a gift. It's a gift for having like that innovation energy in us. That's the Aquarian energy that's right before Pisces. And then when we start that whole new cycle, it begins with Aries, and Aries is the baby, the infant, the brand new baby that's learning how to sit up, how to talk, how to walk, that energy. So if you're enjoying this reading, please do hit that like button and comment. It really, really helps me, empowers me to build my channel. I'm just going to clarify this reading now with my cards from my Oracle, Tales from the Vector. This is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And this energy, I just want to play with the cards a little bit here so that we can get them synced together. So it's about this reading for you, Pisces, this Pisces energy. They're very jumpy, my Oracle cards. I began this in 2007. There were 64 paintings. I'm an artist, so I had a lot of fun with it. Some of them are a lot of the major arcana are very large paintings of dragons with crystals, energy, etc. You can go to talesfromthevector.com, TAILS, from thevector.com if you want to look them up. In the description box below, I will have the numbers of these cards written on here, or the paintings. And I will have them in the description box in the order that they came into this reading so that you can look up the paintings, what they look like, and the information if you have a desire to do so. All right, so here we have it. Oh, this is the card that jumped out. Death. Okay, so this is transition. Whatever information came in that gave total clarity, this is a transition now. This is death and rebirth. It's about doing things in a new way, which is what this whole thing has been about. So yes, we understand that now. And part of this is, I feel, because Mercury, which a lot of people feel is going to cause communication disruptions, does tend to cause communication disruptions. And this energy is moving direct today-ish. And this energy is now going to give clarity to a lot of situations that were happening. And if you look back to around November 20th, around that time, I think that's when it was the new moon for most people in time zones. That is the energy that what was going on then might have some relevance to what's happening now. December 4th, it's a Gemini full moon. It's called a cold moon, and it's a super moon. It's super bright, and it's going to bring some clarity. I feel it for a lot of people. And we have the Scorpio energy. Yeah, Scorpio energy is right on the cusp of Sagittarius and Scorpio energy. So the Scorpio energy is like very kind of mysterious. It's an energy of, when Scorpio energy is at its best, it's about uniting people. And then it can also be about elevating yourself, elevating others, or using that energy to conquer others, or others using that energy to conquer you, that kind of energy. And so this is on the cusp. That means that it's on the 20th that the energy from Scorpio moves into the energy of Sagittarius. So that's called cusp energy. And Sagittarius, then you notice it's about taking action here. So the first card out there, this is someone that has become an emperor. That's saying that you have learned from what's happened here. And this is about performance. The emperor is all about performance. So the emperor is all four kings from the minor arcana rolled into one person. And again, remember, the emperor can be a female in this masculine energy of having learned a whole lot here and embodying the qualities of all of the kings so that to move forward with that energy. That is super, super powerful. And I'm getting that this energy has been possible because you have adopted this Aquarian new age energy of being more playful in the ways that you're doing. You're not so stuck and this is the way it's always been done and this is the way I'm going to do it. Sagittarius energy. Yeah, so Scorpio has adopted some Sagittarius energy here from the new moon on the 20th of November energy. And so this is about, are you going to expand or are you going to contract? Are you going to keep fighting this energy and be in this energy, or are you going to adopt new ways, travel to new things? A Sagittarius loves travel and also knowledge and traveling for the sake of gaining knowledge. So some people say that travel is the best education. I agree with that. I feel like when you experience new cultures and new countries, new climates, all of that energy, it really expands your ability to be able to see other people's point of view. And that's what the emperor can see all the points of view. And because of that, they're admired because they have, you can count on them to perform. Like, they will get the job done to the best of their ability, regardless of what that is. And so the thing is that's coming up also here is that this moon, this full moon on December 4th, is a Gemini full moon. Gemini is right across astrologically from the Gemini energy. And so Gemini and Sagittarius, you might be really feeling this moon a lot. And a big part of that also is because the Jupiter, Sagittarius energy is ruled by Jupiter and Gemini by Mercury. So this change of the retrograde being over and this change of this energy of Jupiter, right now, Jupiter is sitting in Cancer energy. And Cancer energy is all about the emotions and home life. And that's this energy that we're in. In the United States, it's the last day of the weekend as I'm doing this reading. I think this one will come out tomorrow, but right now it is like the Sunday, the weekend of Thanksgiving. So I'm extending all my best wishes to all of you, even if it's belated here. And so this energy is about more being around the home and being around with your family members, etc., which is awesome. Having said that, now it's kind of like slowing down the Sagittarian energy. And when you look at the Sagittarius is sitting here to here, this would be like the Gemini energy here, the fulfillment that Sagittarius wants to move forward and do. It's saying trust the timing, like the timing, it will work out for you. And then we have the Earth Star, the manifester, coming in on this energy. So I feel like what this is saying, when I said if they'll do it with you, they'll do it to you. If you weren't part of this energy and you suffered some nightmares because of it and it really set you back, the manifester is this energy of the Empress coming in, the generator. And this energy is to manifest, and also from Scorpio energy moving into that Sagittarius energy. This energy of Scorpio is from the sacral chakra. And so this is about all of this that's happened has caused you to have manifest at a way higher rate. Like it's accelerated now because of all that you've learned from this energy. So all was not lost. Trust divine timing is what it's saying. And then we have the Pisces energy. Yeah, this is about a senior executive. This is Saturn and Neptune, right? And and that's where Jupiter is joining. This is really interesting because Jupiter is joining this energy with Saturn and Neptune. And this is all about authority. And I said what I said, and this is the way it's got to be, fighting for it to stay the same. And this is more about accepting that it's changing, that the energy in the world is changing. And if you want to swim with the energy and go with the flow, you're going to have to also change your internal dynamics. The Hangman, and that's going to require this balance. And this is coming up again, masculine and feminine energy in balance 100%. And being able to use your logic and your intuition at the same time, so that you can move into this new energy the way it's coming about. And then we have Leo on the Lovers. And so this is the sun. It rules Leo energy. And this is about having the confidence. So some people are trying to fake it to make it. And that's not a good way to be. You don't want to fake who you are ever. It's okay to be in a place where you are not feeling 100% confident about the steps to take at this time, because you feel like you're missing some information. But this information is now coming in, and that's when you see here the Leo energy. Think about teenage boys that are really, you know, they're born to lead, but they're immature right now. And so this energy is talking about, once you have the clarity, you don't want to just take rash actions that you regret later because you didn't have all the full picture, the full information, or you weren't mature enough in your internal dynamics to handle it. And this could happen at any age. And so this, and look at, the sun is shining on this. And so this can also talk about an actual romantic situation, possibly between these two and this person. There may have been a threesome. That's that energy, you know, that passion for new discovery coming in now. And so let's see what that's about. Justice. And you see how justice looks very similar to this. It's like that portal of energy that you're going through, and here also. So this is the universe and God saying your passion for new discovery and your ability to handle external forces in a new way is really going to empower you. And this position here is about your commitments, like in business and in marriage and partnerships. So this is about perhaps someone here was giving too much and someone was taking too much. And this was the lesson that needed to be learned. And you notice here, like, these aren't wands anymore now. These are now like more mature trees. And that's what it's saying, that the energy here was immature, and now your internal dynamics, you've become more mature in your ability. I'm getting, you had the energy of a lot of success, but now you have a maturity to understand the responsibility behind that. That's what it feels like. And we have surrender. So this energy is about surrendering this energy to the universe, to the Most High. You're not going to change the world, and it's not your job to change the world. It's your job to adapt and change your internal and external dynamics so that you can handle and be the best that you can be. Justice is here. This is showing here, and it's showing here. And I'm just getting, it's a blessing in disguise. It really is. Like here, it's a blessing in disguise. So you're going to manifest stronger because of it. This actually represents a transition into more fulfillment. This is like, you know, your shared resources are now going to be more even. So you might be attracting some really amazing people into your life now in this new, and look at, there we have Gemini, Sagittarius and Gemini. Thank you. Yeah. And so Mercury retrograde is over. Your head is above the clouds. You understand what was going on here. It couldn't be more clear. That's awesome. Thank you. This is awesome. It's just like, okay, I don't even have to explain it. I just did. And now it's just saying, this is confirming what I said before. This is about, hey, don't blow up your head. Like, don't have such a big ego. I recognize that these cards are divinely guided, and the timing is divinely guided. And thanking my ancestors and God himself for bringing this energy down through the Holy Spirit to the earth, through the universal plan that he has in order, and recognizing, where is this energy coming from? God. That's where it's coming from. This is part of God's plan. Be really clear about that. And then we have temperance. So this is all about having devotion to your life path. This is about being patient when you feel impatient. That's this energy here. There's nothing Sagittarius can't stand more than being stuck in like contracted home energy of being with the same people day after day and not growing from it, and wanting to travel and wanting to expand the boundaries. That's the energy that a lot of people are feeling right now as we move into 2026. And also a lot of people have been feeling this frustration since we moved from Pisces into Aquarius. A lot of people were told like, oh, it's the age of Aquarius and it's going to be wonderful. And it's been really challenging. But there are possibilities hidden in challenges, and you have to be patient, and you have to recognize that you're on a new path, and you're going to have to relearn a little bit about yourself in your internal boundaries, so that you're not laying awake at night saying, what the F happened? What the EF happened? External forces happened. That's what happened. And then we have the star. So this innocence of starting out on a new journey, it's like the newborn baby. It's the Aries energy. It's like moving into the new year. We're in this new way of being. It's a 1 year. It's about starting. It's not starting over. It's taking the information of the knowledge that you have and bringing that energy in. And it's a choice to remain innocent. Like, you can get all jaded if you want, or you can say, you know what? I choose to be playful like a child, adopt that Aquarian energy, and I'm going to experiment a little. I'm not going to take it too seriously. I'm going to do it in little tiny steps. So just experiment. And then I'll observe, did that improve my situation? Oh, it did. I'm going to double down on that. Did it make my situation worse? Well, I'm not going to do that again. But thank goodness I only did it in a small little way so that I could tell the difference. We learn through experience, and that's like when you look at a newborn baby moving into this energy, there's some common sense built into us when we go on a new journey like this, and then there's also the experience that we have. So a newborn baby somehow goes from being totally helpless to being able to walk, or about to be able to walk and talk in a year. Think about all of that energy that they learned, and they did it through natural development. It's not like they argued with themselves, should I learn to walk? Do you think it's a good idea? It could be dangerous learning to walk. Yes, it could. But their inner self, just the dynamics are strong for that. And so it's kind of saying trust in God's plan when you can't trust in your own. If you can't trust in your own plan, surrender to God's plan. And then we have degradation. And so this is recognizing that in this whole new world here, there's going to be lots of times where you are not going to be right, and you're going to make mistakes, and you might feel really ashamed because in the past, if you made mistakes, and especially if you're a leader, that it could be like really hard on your reputation and all of that. But as many things, when you look back at something that happens suddenly, like an end of a cycle, when you look back, like even, a year later, say, you'll look back and say, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I don't feel ashamed of that at all. I learned so much from it. If I wouldn't have admitted to myself that I needed to go out there and adopt new ways of doing things, then I wouldn't have made these changes. And and this is talking about like a whole new world of opportunities here. Awesome energy. Thank you so much, Pisces. I love Pisces energy. Pisces is deep. They're willing to go, like if you've ever been a scuba diver and you go deeper and deeper in the water becomes colder and it becomes a lot more dark down there. And so it takes a lot of courage to really dig deep like that. And that, I feel like this is really good advice from Pisces, that we could all move forward into this new energy. If you like this reading, please do like and comment, and consider subscribing if this energy of this channel resonates with you. And I will be back with another reading for mid-December for you, Pisces. Bye for now.